Hi friends, welcome back to CordeliaJoyYoga. I'm Cordelia, and today I will be taking us through a 25-minute playful Vinyasa Flow. We're going to begin practice with a few stretches. You may feel tight, and that is okay. So when you're ready, roll out your mat and meet me in the seated position with your legs out in front of you. Arrive here, just slowing down, allowing a bend in your knees if necessary. Inhale, straighten through the spine, lift the arms above the head, flex the toes, and exhale, set the hands on top of the shins to start. There is no gauge as to how flexible you should be in this position. We're beginning really gentle, and then we will meet these poses again at the end of practice. If you can go a little bit deeper, be sure to exhale and then fall closer to the tops of the legs. Again, no pressure here. Just set intention, be intentional, and just arrive. And of course, breathe. Just notice how your body feels. Release whatever is necessary to really arrive into your practice today. And again, if you feel like going any deeper, grab onto the bottoms of the feet and maybe pull the chest even closer to the tops of the thighs. Inhale and exhale, let everything go. Inhale, straighten out through the spine, lift the chest. Set the hands behind the hips, fingertips facing forward towards the toes. Inhale to prepare, and exhale to lift the hips. We're starting with our fingertips facing forward, and then let your head drop all the way back. Keep engaging through the glutes and lift the hips even higher. Feel free to bring the chin forward and your gaze up towards the sky, if that feels better for you. Release the hips all the way down. Bring the feet to the mat, bending through the knees. Inhale and exhale, reverse tabletop. Lift the hips. Keep pushing the hips up, again, either keeping the chin lifted or dropping the head all the way down. Inhale and exhale, release the hips all the way down. Gently bring the feet together, the bottoms of the feet to touch. Inhale, straighten through the spine, grab onto the toes, close down the eyes, and exhale to fall. Again, it may be the slightest of movement here. You're not forcing a stretch, you're more so just feeling what the body feels like in this moment. Keep breathing. Again, if you feel like going deeper, be sure to do it on the exhale and lengthening on the inhale. Feel free to push the knees closer to the mat with the help of the elbows. And release, lift the chest all the way up. Bring your legs to a cross-legged position, putting one leg in front of the other to start. Inhale again, lengthen the spine, drop the fingertips to the mat. And exhale to gently walk the hands forward. Keeping the hip bones or the sit bones onto the mat. Feel free to keep the elbows lifted or to drop them all the way down. The elbows may be right in front of the legs, and that is just perfect. Keep the gaze neutral. Eyes are facing towards the thumbs. And just breathe. Feel free to walk the hands a little bit further. And inhale, straighten out through the arms and walk the hands in towards the body. Switch the cross of the legs, bringing the other leg in front of the other. Inhale, straighten through the spine. And exhale, walk the hands forward. One side, maybe tighter than the other, and this is a moment to notice those differences. Notice with a neutral mind. It's not a positive or negative thing that one side is tighter than the other. It's just appreciating and noticing your body. Good. Tuck the core in a little bit more to allow for more space for a fold. And then let's just gently release. Keep the hands grounded, straighten through the chest, and come on to the knees for your tabletop position. Draw belly button into spine to begin, and then inhale, lift the gaze, arch the spine, and exhale, round through the back body, tucking the chin into chest. Inhale to lift the head, and exhale to round through the spine and tuck the hips under. Really pulling forehead to pelvic floor. Inhale, lift, and exhale to round. Let's take 5 or so more at your own pace, going with the flow of your breath. Again, really noticing and tuning into how the body feels. On this last one, find a neutral spine. Tuck belly button into spine. Come onto the toes, ground down through the palms of the hand, and lift the knees about an inch off of the mat. And we're going to hold here for about 30 seconds. Keep your gaze lined up with the top edge of your mat. Really keep engaging through the core and staying strong in the arms. Adjusting if necessary, making sure that wrists are under elbows and elbows under shoulders. And keep breathing. Keep pushing the mat away. Really using the core here. Keep breathing. All right, you're done. Inhale, lift the left leg up and back, and then straighten out through the legs, pushing the body into your 3-legged downward dog. Drop the right heel all the way down, and either stay in your 3-legged dog or gently start to lift the right hand up into the body, maybe straightening out to the side, and then pulling it back towards the left foot, if that's available. We're really jumping into some balancing movement right here, so just go at your own pace, holding it for as long as you can. If you're here, just hold for a few more seconds. And gently release the right hand down and pull left leg into chest, setting it through the hands. Inhale, lift the arms all the way up for your crescent lunge. Keep bending deeply through that left knee, straightening out through the right leg and pulling the right hip forward to allow the hips to be square to the front of the mat. Bring your hands to prayer at heart center. Keep bending deeply into that left leg. And just breathe here for just a second. Inhale, straighten out through the left leg now. Exhale when you reach your triangle. And then inhale to prepare. And exhale to fold the chest forward. Really straightening out through the spine to begin. And then gently releasing the fingertips down to the mat. Inhaling to lift and exhale to fold over that left leg. Feel free to drop that right heel all the way down to the mat, or to even bring the right foot closer to the left foot. On your next inhale, bring hands to prayer at heart center, lifting the chest, straightening out through the spine. Gently bend into the left knee, and slowly start to lift the right foot and peel it off of the mat for your warrior 3. Drop the right hip down, lift the left hip up to square out the hips. Inhale here. Keep lifting up through the right leg. And then exhale, start to turn the body open to the right. Slowly bringing your arms to a T, dropping the left fingertips all the way down to the mat, opening up into your half moon position. Inhale here, and exhale, gently start to lift the fingertips off of the mat, hovering over the mat if available. Bend deeply into the left leg, inhale, and on your next exhale, lift the left arm up, out in front of you, and then bring your right arm out in front of you as well. Bending through the knee really allows for a little bit of more stability. Then on your next exhale, drop the right foot all the way down, bend through the right knee, and come back into your Skandasana at the back of the mat. Make sure that the left toes are lifted and flexed up towards the sky. Hands fall wherever feels good for you. Inhale here, and exhale. Good. On your next inhale, draw down through the left heel as you lift the hips and bend through both knees for your goddess pose. Pull the hips under, really lifting the chest all the way up towards the sky and pulling the shoulder blades together. And just hold. Feel into this strong goddess position, keeping the knees over the ankles. Really, again, pulling that pelvis in front of you. Inhale, go a little bit deeper, and exhale. Turn the body forward to the front of the mat for your crescent lunge. Inhale here. And on your next exhale, drop the right knee all the way down to the mat, untuck through the right toes. And let's take one round of breath with the chest lifted. Inhale and exhale. Drop the right hand on the inside of the left foot. Bring the left arm up and over. Either stay here or feel free to grab on to the right foot, pulling the foot away from you to begin. And then exhaling, pulling the right heel into the right glute. Keep breathing. Inhale and exhale, release. Keep the left arm lifted, straight out in front of you. Tuck onto the right toes and ground down through the right palm as you gently start to lift the left foot off of the mat and pulling it back behind you towards the right side of the mat, opening up the chest to the left, coming into your wild thing. Inhale here, and exhale. Inhale, bring your left palm to the mat, roll onto the bottom of the right foot, and keep your left knee bent as you open up the hips. On your next inhale, straighten out through the left leg, three-legged dog. Come high onto the right toes, and then gently set the left foot next to the right. We're in our first full downward dog of practice, so just relax here, meditate here, and reflect on that side that you just finished within practice. Inhale, come high onto the toes, and exhale, drop the knees to a hover. We're going to hold here again for 30 seconds. And we'll take it straight into the other side. Keep pushing the mat away, again adjusting wherever necessary. Keep your gaze neutral at the top edge of your mat. And close down the eyes if you haven't already. Keep pulling belly button into spine. Inhale. And exhale. On your next inhale, bring your right leg up and back. Straighten out through the left leg, three-legged downward dog. Again, stay here. Keep pulling the right leg all the way up using the strength in that right glute. Or start to gently draw your left hand to hover up above the mat. Maybe bring it out beside you. And then even a possibility that you can bring the fingertips back behind you. Hold here. Inhale, and then exhale, release the palm to the mat. And then bring your right foot in between the hands. Inhale, lift the arms up and over the head, crescent lunge. Take one round of breath with your arms lifted, rushing blood to the heart. And then bring your hands to heart center in prayer position. Pull the left hip forward and the right hip back. Straighten out through the left leg and keep bending into the right knee. Good. Inhale and exhale, straighten out through the right leg. Inhale again. And on your next exhale, bend the chest forward, keeping the chest and the spine straight. And then whenever you're ready, gently drop the fingertips to frame out the right foot. And exhaling to fold the chest all the way down over the right thigh. Feel free to do what feels good here. Whatever that looks like, whether it's pulling the left foot closer to the front of the mat, or coming high onto the left toes, or dropping the heel to the mat. Whatever this position looks like to you is just perfect. Inhale, lift the chest, come high onto the left toes, bring hands to heart center, bend into the right knee, and gently start to peel the left foot off of the mat, coming into your warrior 3 position. Pull the left hip down and right hip up, squaring out through the hips. Inhale. Start to gently peel the chest open to the left side of the mat. And exhale to bring the arms to a T and lifting the left leg higher and higher towards the sky. Start to gently bring the right hand to a hover above the mat. Bend into the right knee for more stability. And lift the right arm up towards the right ear, and then bringing the left arm forward towards the left ear. Gently release the left foot all the way down to the back of the mat, and bringing your Skandasana to the back of the mat as well. Keep the right toes lifted, and bring your hands wherever feels good. Inhale. And exhale. Remember, next we're going to meet in goddess pose. So ground down through both heels, pulling the hips up and bending deeply through both knees. This time we're going to straighten out through the left leg, pulling the hips over to the right, coming to center, and exhaling, straightening out through the right leg. Inhale, center. Keep the hips low. We'll go for 2 more on each side. Straighten out through the left, center, straighten out through the right, and center. 1 more. Inhale, center, and exhale, straighten. Good. Settle into your goddess pose and breathe. Pulling the hips forward. Keep sitting lower into your goddess, lifting the chest, and then turning the body forward for your crescent lunge. Very good. Hold here. Then on your next exhale, release the left knee, untuck through the left toes. Inhale, low lunge. And exhale, bring your left palm down to the mat. Either stay twisted here with your right arm up and over, or feel free to grab onto the left toes, the left foot, pulling the chest open, and then pulling the heel close to the glutes. Inhale, and exhale, release. Bring your right arm up and over, lift the left knee up, coming onto the left toes, and then peeling the hips and the chest open for your wild thing. Drop the head, right arm comes up and over. Keep the right knee bent as you bring the right hand down to the mat, coming on to the left toes, open, stack the hips, 3-legged down dog. Inhale here. And then exhale, turn the hips downward, bringing your right leg to your three-legged dog. Come high onto the left toes, and then exhale, set the right foot all the way down to meet the left. Inhale and exhale here. Come high onto the toes, inhale, and then exhale, drop the knees all the way down to the mat, untucking through the toes and gently setting the hips all the way down to the heels for your child's pose. Allow this time to slow down your breath, coming back to a natural cycle of inhales and exhales. Inhale, lift the gaze, tuck through the toes, and we're going to do a few rounds of cat-cow. Inhale, lift the gaze. Exhale, round through the spine. Inhale, lift the gaze. Exhale, round through the back body. Let's just do one more. This last one, pull belly button into spine. We're going to take a funky transition to come onto our back bodies. Tuck onto the toes, lift the knees slightly. Walk the left hand to where the right hand would be and turn the chest towards the sky. Both feet meet the mat. Inhale and exhale, lift the hips all the way up for your reverse tabletop position. Keep your fingertips facing the mat, or you can turn them to face the heels. Inhale, gently release the hips all the way down. Walk the feet forward, straightening out through the legs. Point the toes. Inhale here, and exhale, lift the hips all the way up. Notice how these postures feel as we finish off practice compared to the beginning of practice. Inhale and exhale, release the hips all the way down. Inhale, bring your arms up and over, flex out through the toes, and exhale to fold over the legs. You may feel a little bit looser here, you may not, and that is okay. Remember your intention that you set at the beginning of practice, and notice where your mental state is now. If you didn't set one, feel free to set an intention now. Remember, exhale releases you deeper into the stretch. Inhale to lengthen, and exhale to release. Inhale, release, lifting the chest up, straightening out through the spine, and gently draw the feet and the bottoms of the feet together for your butterfly pose. Inhale, grab onto the toes, straighten out through the spine, and exhale to fold. Just keep breathing, keep reflecting. Inhale, straighten out through the arms, lift the chest, straighten through the spine, and cross the legs, bringing one leg in front of the other. Inhale and exhale, fold forward, walking the hands towards the back of the mat, or what's the front of the mat at this point. Keep your gaze towards the thumbs, but close down the eyes if they aren't already. Keep exhaling to walk the hands forward, making sure to keep the sit bones grounded down to the mat. Inhale, walk the hands in towards the legs, and switch the cross of the legs. Inhale to straighten through the spine and exhale to fold. Again, how does this posture feel different than the beginning of practice, whether it's physical, mental, spiritual, whatever it looks like to you? You did the hardest step in showing up today onto your mat, and you've made it to the end of practice. Go a little bit deeper on the exhale. And inhale, walk the hands forward. Stay where you are. I'll turn to face you. And we'll take one more round of breath together to finish off and close practice. Inhale, lift the arms up and above, bringing hands to prayer, and exhale, drop them to heart center. Thank you so much for joining me today. Go into life with the same mindset that you came into practice with. And I will see you next week. Bye.